Your car may be hiding a bomb. For years, we called it a safety device. It was designed to protect you. In some cases, it didn't. In 1999, an engineer named Mark Lilly resigned after warning that Takata's new airbag propellant could kill people. Executives pushed ahead anyway, chasing cost cuts instead of safety. 5 years later, after secret tests showed cracked inflators and a risk of catastrophic explosion, the results and the evidence were deleted. Most drivers never had a clue. How could one decision turn 100 million cars into rolling dangers, with families and regulators left in the dark? The answers begin with a warning no one wanted to hear. Spring 1999, Moses Lake, Washington. Engineers gathered in a conference room, the air thick with the promise of something new, and with warning. Mark Lilly, Takata's senior propellant specialist, stood before a panel of his peers and superiors and held a blunt assessment. The company's new airbag propellant, made from ammonium nitrate, was unstable. He laid out the risk in plain language. Heat and humidity, he explained, could cause this chemical to crack and break apart inside its metal canister. Over time, moisture would seep in, the compound would shift, and what was meant to protect would instead become a charge waiting to burst. Lilly's data showed the danger. Under the wrong conditions, the inflator could rupture, sending jagged metal fragments straight at the people it was supposed to save. He did not just warn. He recommended Takata wait, run long-term aging tests, and prove the design safe before putting it on the road. But the minutes from that meeting show his advice was sidelined. Ammonium nitrate was cheap, 10 times less expensive than the old sodium azide formula. The decision-makers, including Shinji Kobayashi and Kevin Kennedy, signed off on the launch. The safer path was left behind. 11 names were on that attendance list, and most of them would stay with Takata, rising through the ranks as the new inflator rolled out worldwide. On October 22, 1999, Lilly resigned. His letter was blunt. "I cannot, in good conscience, remain with a company that proceeds with a propellant known to present a credible risk of catastrophic rupture." He walked away from the paychecks, the career, and the company he had helped build, leaving behind a warning that would echo for years. The risk, unresolved, was now locked inside millions of steering wheels, waiting for time and heat to do their work. In the winter of 2004, long after Mark Lilly's warning had faded into company lore, Takata's Auburn Hills lab became the site of a different kind of reckoning. Engineers working after hours lined up a batch of scrap ammonium nitrate inflators, units that had already shown troubling signs in routine tests. The order came from above: run a full burst test, but do it quietly. David Chen, the plant's engineering manager, sent the instructions by email: use the spare lab, analyze the results, and then erase every trace. No records, no backups, no evidence. That night, the steel canisters were pushed to their limits. 2 exploded with enough force to send metal fragments across the room. The technicians, shaken, gathered the shattered pieces and fed them into the plant's metal shredder. Data files were wiped from the server. The IT log shows a single command: delete, executed at 2:13 in the morning. The system reported 0 files recovered. There was no report to regulators, no warning to automakers, no notice to the public. The only people who knew what happened were those in the room and those who ordered the cover-up. Inside Takata, the truth about the danger was now not just ignored, but deliberately buried. Ashley Parham was 18 years old, 4 days out of high school, driving her Honda Accord through a parking lot in Midwest City, Oklahoma. The collision was minor, barely more than a bump. But the airbag, meant to save her, exploded with a violence no one expected. One piece of metal about 1 centimeter wide tore through the airbag fabric and struck her neck, severing her carotid artery. The official autopsy called it exsanguination due to a metallic projectile. Police matched the car's VIN to a Takata inflator, one of the early designs with a documented 50% chance of rupture. Ashley died before paramedics could reach her. Her family, left with only questions, learned that what killed her was not the crash, but a flaw hidden inside the steering wheel, a flaw that had been warned about, tested, and buried years before. Inside Takata, the ROT spread far beyond a single lab or a single tragedy. By 2006, the manipulation of test results had become routine, codified even, in company lingo. Michael Britton, now Data Integrity Manager, sent an email to engineers worldwide with the subject line, "Happy manipulating, please XX your test data." The message was plain. Remove outliers, adjust the numbers, make the inflators look safe. Internal audits later found that this practice of etching the numbers slashed reported rupture rates from nearly 2% to just over 0.5%. As the years passed, the scale of the danger ballooned. By 2017, the recall had swollen to 33.8 million vehicles in the US alone, with more than 100 million affected worldwide. Each manipulated spreadsheet, each erased failure, kept millions of families in harm's way, long after the risks were known. Roughly 5 million cars on American roads still carry Takata inflators that were never repaired. These are not just numbers. They are steering wheels in driveways, dashboards in used cars, airbags in vehicles sold at salvage auctions and online, sometimes labeled "Do Not Install," but left untouched. Audits show these units in warehouses, junkyards, and even back on the market through gray channels. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's own models estimate that if these inflators remain in place, as many as 1,500 could rupture each year, each one a potential explosion of shrapnel instead of a cushion. Most at risk are cars in hot, humid regions, where years of summer heat speed up the chemical breakdown inside the metal canisters. Every unrepaired inflator is a risk not just to drivers, but to families, friends, anyone who rides in these cars. The danger is not history. It is still out there, waiting for the next ignition, the next ordinary day. 5 million cars still carry this risk, each one a test of what we're willing to tolerate. Until every inflator is replaced, responsibility remains unclaimed. How many more families pay the price?